Last time out, we sat down with Motorsports Hall of Famer Mario Andretti. Here's part two of that discussion with the legend. I always tell people that I love racing, Mario, not just because of the racing, but the actual, sport being at the front of innovation. And I was really happy to see that you see someone like Ferrari making ventilators for the pandemic, even Ford here in America making ventilators and PPE. As someone that's a dual citizenship, you must be very excited about watching both countries contribute and having racing being out in the forefront in the helping efforts.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, excited and very proud, that they put aside, their main specialty and their careers and just dove in there, to help, as you say, the rest of the world in need of ventilators, which at the moment everybody was sort of, we need some pronto. It's not something that you can just snap your finger and build. So it's a complicated piece of equipment, and the engineering factor capabilities, Ferrari, and I think Red Bull did something like that, Mercedes. I mean, my heart, it's wonderful to see that. Kudos to all of them.
You were anything but retired. Your racing career might have come to a close in 1994 in your mid-50s, but you're right back in the swing of things with the two-seater and racing people around, and then also now making your sim racing debut at 80 years young and taking on someone like Fernando Alonso, who's only 42 years younger than you.
I've been working on it, the best I can. I have a lot of time to catch up. I have a lot of room to catch up to because again, some of these dudes have been doing it for some time, and for me, it's as a rookie, it's going to be a pure rookie. So we'll see that. I want to make sure I don't get in anybody's way, but we've been doing some sim races, simulated races the last day or so. And we got quite a bit of work today ahead of us, and things have not been too bad, actually. I'm kind of so far midfield, but I'm not totally lost.
Mario, you are a celebrity among celebrities. So over the years, so many people have gotten a chance to get behind the wheel with you in this two-seater type of thing. You've also encouraged some of the most notable actors to get into racing, people like Paul Newman. You got a chance to race against Steve McQueen and Sebring. I guess the question there would be, who's a better racer, Paul Newman or Steve McQueen? And then who's your favorite celebrity to have introduced to racing?
Paul Newman, by far for me. I think on both counts, as a friend, as a real passionate for racing. Paul Newman, again, he's done some driving, just like Steve, as you said, and a couple of others. But I think he relished just being around the team and being with the boys, and just have a beer at the end of the day. He was just one of us for sure. And again, it was not. It was pure. It was sincere. He was not acting. And that's the beauty about this man. He was bigger than life to all of us. But at the same time, very, subdued and modest. And again, we cherished his obviously his presence whenever possible. And for me, it was just a delight, and was such a precious time in my life that I had to spend with him.
By many accounts, 1965 is a real big turning point in your career. Is that the year that you think kind of was the springboard for everything else that would follow?
I think so, for sure, because when you look back, that was my rookie year in IndyCar, and winning the national championship. My rookie year, was really huge for me. And better yet, to be able to back it up with another championship the following year was, again, what I really needed, to be able to say, well, okay, you weren't just lucky, in your rookie season. And again, it launched me well because Indy pole the following year and all that, and, the following 2 years, actually. So all of that was good stuff for me. And as you can see, if you do well at Indy, I usually people pay attention to that. I don't know if it's fair or not. You know, it's only one race, but if it happens well for you at the beginning, it's a good thing. Believe me.
And I tell people all the time that even though you only get credited for winning one Indy 500 in 1969, you really won it twice, and you wear the ring actually these days to prove that point, right? There you go.
Yeah, indeed. I feel that legally I won that race, no question about it. I mean, Bobby. I mean, obviously Bobby and Roger Penske, they did what they could, you know, to try to you know, to still get back and get the victory given back to them, but it was done by outside judges, and they all knew that the infraction was committed. So they reinstated him back as a winner, and they fined him $40,000. You know, and so that was not by the book. And the following year at the drivers' meeting, I said to Tom Binford, you know, the race director, I said, Tom, any rule changes from last year? He said, nope. I said, so hypothetically today, if I pass 11 cars under the yellow and cross the finish line first, is the fine still $40,000? Oh, no. He said, well, Mario says, you know, obviously, you know, I'm the one that ruled on it. You know, I knew that was wrong. He said, but it's now, it was out of my hands. But that was, you know, the absurdity of it all, quite honestly, for me to accept that, you know, the rule only applied that year is what I'm saying. And I fault USAC, United States Auto Club, you know, the sanctioning body, for allowing an outside, you know, sport lawyer to come in and intimidate everyone, the locals, and then, you know, bring in three people, totally outsiders, to rule on this. And it was 2 against 1. They said that, well, under these circumstances, the penalty is too severe. Well, I mean, the rule book doesn't say that you can pass cars under the yellow under a fine, you know, as long as you're leading the race. You know what I mean? It just, so, but it is what it is.
Do you think Indianapolis is at the top of the list for you? I know the F1 championship's got to be up there too.
Well, I think the series is the top of the list. I mean, Indy's just is one race. It's a big race, but I always looked at the series, and the IndyCar series. What I love about it is the fact that you have all these, you know, the road courses and the street courses. You have short ovals, super speedway. And I like the versatility of that series. It's like no other series at the top. And I think the champion of that series is, to me, is the most complete champion in motorsports. And that's the beauty of it. I don't know how many everybody really appreciates that, but that's the beauty of IndyCar racing.
You know, I know, Mario, before we let you go too, that you always wear a watch when you drive. I wanted to show you, I got my Yima 69 replica, even though the band is a little bit different, but we're just
You're
curious.
the man. You're the man.
Just curious what your favorite watches in your collection before we let you go.
I'm sure impressed as to how informed you are. I'm just incredible, actually. But you know, thanks obviously for having known so much about my career. I feel very privileged to have someone like you, obviously, interested in the sport in such a way. So yeah, thanks. The Yema watch works well, doesn't it?
It does. It's a great watch. That's actually the only regret. I think the only regret that I really probably have in life is a couple of years ago was covering the race at Pocono, and I was unaware that you give the media early in the morning a little bit of a ride around the track. So yeah. I'm hoping that this year when I come to Indianapolis for the 500 in August, that I might be able to catch a spin with you at that time.
There you go. You're on. You're on.
Sounds great. I really appreciate you taking the time. Your memories are as sharp as your reflexes, my friend.
Thanks. You're very kind.
Thank you so much, Mario Andretti. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks for having me again.